Hi, and welcome to winemastery.co.uk. My name's John Lightfoot, and this is
John Murphy.
And we're here to tell you all about wine, hopefully help you find the wine that you will absolutely enjoy. That wine that when you're perhaps sitting on a terrace somewhere overlooking the sea and the waves are and you're sipping the wine, you're looking into your loved one's eyes and you're thinking to yourself, all is well with the world.
That is exactly the wine we're looking for.
Absolutely. And talking of waves, talking of nice hot sunshine, we have a wine that's zoomed its way. I shouldn't use zoom because that's video now these days.
You could be done for that.
Okay, right. Has wafted its way all the way from just north of Lisbon. Joanna's vineyard. I've put a link to the video where I actually went to visit this lovely lady in a beautiful vineyard. And Lusus, who look after their wine in the UK, one of the distributors in the UK, you can get it online, again, I'll put a link, have sent us a bottle of their white wine to try. Now, this is a 2018.
It is.
We'll get to the price in a mo, but let's just sort of taste and enjoy. Are you happy with doing that?
Oh, I'm more than happy with that.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. So it's not exactly a hot day here. I mean, you know, it's hot for England. It's 18 degrees.
It's very hot for England, is that?
Oh. So, but I can imagine, obviously, white wine for me always pictures normally of the lawn and the boater and yeah.
Still haven't got you a boater.
No, I must get myself a boater. I must try one of those. So, should we have a go?
Yes, please.
Let's do. Right. So, now this is a blend of two grapes.
Grapes! Two grapes!
Well, that's before I've had anything to drink.
We'll go with two grapes.
Yeah, two Portuguese grapes, and I'll put because I'm not going to attempt to spell them. Pronounce them.
Okay, fair do. So yeah, we'll put them on the screen there.
Yeah. Excuse me for interrupting. I apologise for saying that I couldn't even pronounce the names of the grapes when they're pretty simple. I thought actually the grapes were other grapes, so my apologies for that. But it is Alvarinho, and actually that grape is one that a lot of us know as Albarino. It's the same grape, but the Portuguese name for it is Alvarinho. And the other one, as you saw, was Arinto. And both of those grapes are two of the 6 grapes that could be used in Vinho Verde. With that said, we'll get back to the tasting.
First, the colour is very yellow, brassy golden.
Brassy golden?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually you're right.
It's
so that's that darker tinge, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's not.
Yeah.
It's an unusual colour. I mean, nothing wrong with that at all. But just kind of gets your peaks.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean by brass. It's very light. It's not as orangey as full-on brass, but it's just got that. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
I've got the old nose.
Oh, let's have a go on the old nose.
Let's.
Stone fruit?
Definitely stone fruit, yeah. But it's not very strong. It's not very apparent, in your face.
Mind you, it's not surprised the fruit gets stoned with all this alcohol in it.
I'm sorry. I'll apologise in advance. It's obviously one of those moods this week. But no, it smells lush. It smells nice.
It does, actually. Very nice.
Almost a bit...
It's quite light. It's quite delicate.
Yeah, and I think that stoniness is coming through a little bit almondy as well. A little bit...
Almondy?
Yeah. Oh,
that's nuts.
Indeed it is, yeah. But it has a hint of marzipan, so almondy, yeah. Okay. I'm going to give it a go.
Okay. There's something else there. I was expecting to get full on the stone through, but it's softer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more round. And, wow, it does go through a couple of incarnations in terms of taste.
It does. I hear where you're coming from. And like you, I'm not particularly getting the stony fruits in there. It's more peachy, more tropical fruit, more pineapple-y. Mm-hmm. Again, a little bit more lush. Beautiful mouthfeel. Beautiful. But it does change quite a lot. The acidity is really quite nice. It carries off all. But there is something else in there. It's sort of a little bit like tannins. I'm not going to say it is tannins because it won't be tannins. But it almost has that, that dryness that comes through with it.
Yeah.
Which is very nice.
When you first sort of drink it, when you first sort of pour it into your mouth, it doesn't come across as dry, does it? But actually the after finish is very dry, quite refreshing. And you can feel that sort of slight acidity, but not too much, just that edge of the acidity around the gums.
The acidity is really quite, they've managed that quite well. And as I'm just, again, as we're talking, you know, different flavours are coming through there, and there is that little bit of apple in there. It is a bit of apple, but I wouldn't say like those fresh green apples which I speak of in some wines. But still, it's there.
Yeah, it's not full on, is it? It's probably just on the edge. It's just a...
And it does have and the length is really, really hanging on in there. Yeah, I'm enjoying that one.
Now, we haven't over-chilled this one, because we didn't want to make sure that we weren't trying to kill off all the taste.
No.
But I think this one could probably take a little bit of more of a chill, do you?
I think it could, yeah.
It's strong enough to be able to do that, to cope with that, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think the power of flavour, because that's what it is there. It's definitely a power of flavour. This isn't a light... I wouldn't describe this as a light, easy-going white wine at all. I think this'll... Like, if you're having it with food... fair dues, but if you're having this on its own, which I think you could happily have on its own as well, I think it commands a little bit more respect. This isn't one of these kind of, there you go, a slugging wine at all. I mean, even now, I'm still tasting that, and there's bits and bits coming through, and I think I could learn to appreciate a glass of that, which is completely unlike myself. Usually, the bottle will go quite quickly, but I reckon that would slow me down so I could appreciate all the little nuances in there.
One of the things that quite often I get with a wine is it sort of takes me to a country, and for example, a recent episode we tasted a Pinot Gris. My mind immediately went to Italy, and I think in the video I started talking about sort of Italian food and Italian restaurants, and it gave me a link, forgetting completely that actually that wine was from France, but it was the Pinot Gris, the same grape, so it was giving me that link that I associate with Pinot Grigio and therefore Italy. This one, I can't actually, it doesn't take me anywhere. It's like sometimes there's a typical French, or there's, this isn't, it's almost like unique. It sits straddling in the middle. It's not giving me, not it's a bad way. I'm saying it's unique. It's not something that you could say, it's, this is very much like a.
I know what you mean in that, when you're saying uniqueness. After tasting that, you wouldn't be able to say that is from there or there. Yeah, I get that. But that's a nice bit of wine, isn't it, John?
What would you say that is close to? I mean, in terms of if someone likes a wine, what do you think if they liked?
I would probably say I would liken that to a Pinot Grigio of old. The ones of old.
What, vintage?
No, like that. But I think we said these in videos that we've done before, where a lot of the Pinot Grigios now tend to be quite light and very, very easy. And without sounding awful, don't really taste of a lot, because people want them to just go with anything. You can any meal you've got Pinot Grigio, fine. Having no meal, Pinot Grigio, fine. It's very sluggable. But the Pinot Grigios of old had a bit more class about them, a little bit more style, I'd say, and a little bit more about them. And that for me is what I would almost liken to. That's as close as I would get. I couldn't liken that to the Chenin. Or has it got Chardonnay, Sauvignon? No, it doesn't. For me, it don't fit in those categories.
I was thinking the closest I could get was Chenin, actually, and I was thinking it was Chenin without quite the acidity, but a lot fuller and rounder in taste than Chenin. So my closest one was Chenin.
Well, you can get some Chenins that aren't quite big, obviously, but for me, I drink a lot more of the lighter, easy ones with that crisp green apple, that freshness, the ones that you are just slugging away.
I love easy too.
So first glass is down, and there he goes. Should have known, really.
Well, that's delicious. So, Joanna, another great wine from your stable. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Lusus, and thank you, Alexis and Claire, very much for sending this to us. Absolutely brilliant wine, well worth. Again, links will be below so that you can take a look and maybe try a bottle for yourselves. If you haven't already, just can't understand why not. Why wouldn't they have subscribed? John, why would they not subscribe?
No.
I just can't understand it. Give us the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. That helps obviously in terms of the search engines and people finding this video. It shows people like it, then actually we get more visits. So please do that. Any comments you may have, any if you get this wine or you want us to try any other wines, please don't forget to drop us an email, drop a comment on YouTube or wherever. Social media, we'll get back to you, and we may even end up doing a video on it. So, so with that, there's only one thing to say, I guess.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.